All right, I guess I'm live now. Hello. Tonight we're going to test out, uh, I'm going to show you how to do some wooden ornaments. I'll show like how I transfer the image over onto the wood, and we'll try and do some little wood burning. This might be like a little last minute idea for a gift. Um, so I don't know if anybody's watching. It's at a crazy hour in the middle of the night, but I'm testing out my first live. We'll see how this goes. So some of these images, I'm not sure which one. I might try this one. This one's a little bolder. I printed this out. I found some images off of Pinterest. If you just look for like snowflakes, SVG files, or something for free, you'll find real easy clip art or line art. And you want to do something simple if you're just starting out. And I have a birch slice here where I drilled a hole right in the middle. And put my little stamp on the back, put a nice little twine on here. And yeah, we're going to try and transfer an image. So I'll show you. I use two different pencils. I do the old school way. I use an HB and I use a 2B. And it doesn't matter what brand. HB is like your normal school pencil, and a 2B is like the soft lead. And it's soft lead, and this is what you'll put on the back side of your printed out image. So we'll go right now, and I'll do it real quick and show you how I transfer an image onto wood. And I hold it up to the light to see if it's covered all the image at all. Sometimes I might miss a spot, so I'll keep on going, but you want to make it dark on the other side. Now, some people use carbon paper or graphite paper when they do the images, but this is a cheap old school way that I've learned, and it works just as well. Let's see, I hold up to the light. Did I get all the spots? Nope. I still got a little more to go here. All right, I think I got all the image here. See how it's all covered on the back side with the 2B? Okay. And then also with your wood, you want to make sure that you have it sanded off. And I use a combination of a 220 grit and a 120. You want to make sure that your wood is nice and clear of any debris or any dirt. So you sand it off a little bit. Get it all nice and smooth. That. And then just kind of blow it off. And then you add right here. And this is with the 120 grit. And then just kind of blow it off of there. And so it's all nice and clear. So we're ready to transfer our image, which is this nice little line art. I printed out on inkjet paper. On the back side, I used a 2B pencil because it's soft lead and it works like a carbon or graphite. And now we're going to get ready to transfer over this simple line image onto my ornament. And if you're just now joining me, letting you know we're going to make ornaments tonight. Real simple, cheap little gift idea, last minute, for any stocking stuffers or just, you want to make a little handmade gift. This is the perfect idea. So we're going to take this snowflake and we're going to lay it flat. We're going to hold it, and we're taking our HB pencil, or like your number 2 yellow pencil that you use in school, and go over the top of this image. Now the back side has the 2B. The front side, we're going to do HB. And this is where the magic kind of happens. Now I don't use carbon paper because I just like the old school way. It's efficient and less expensive. It may not be as dark as a transfer as the carbon or graphite paper. You get the gist of the idea, and you can like just make sure you hold it down. If you lift it up just a little bit, you can see a little bit of the transfer coming through. So it's real easy to see. So we're going to keep on going here as we're holding it down and just go over the entire image. We're just about halfway done here. See, it's starting to come through really good. You just hold it in place. And we're going to turn it again. As I said, we're a little bit over halfway of transferring this image over. This is real easy. You can do this with signatures. Like if you were trying to do like a grandma's recipe and you want to add it to a cutting board, this is one way to transfer the image. Makes a great memorial type of gift. And you can even do this with monograms. If you want to monogram an ornament or like a little cheese board, you know, this works too. Hopefully I got all the lines covered here. So I picked out an image with some nice thick lines because the thinner lines are a little tricky when you're starting out. And the reason that we're transferring over this image is because the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our wood burner and we're going to go over the top of this sketch or this transfer. It works as like a template of where you need to burn. And it's kind of magical. All right, hopefully I got it all. If not, we'll kind of fill it in where I might have missed. Okay, so, oh, looky there. Isn't that nice? See? But it's all in pencil. So if you ever need to erase, you just take your little like white polymer eraser and just erase something. And you can take your HB pencil and go over the top of it if you want to make sure you got some good clear lines. So there might have been some spots I didn't quite get so well for transferring over, so I can just draw over it again. It doesn't always have to be perfect. You know, snowflakes are different. All snowflakes are different. They're never the same. They're never perfect. They're unique, just like a human. Yeah, I guess this part right here, they're all connecting. That's the cool part about this area right here. See how it goes out? See how it sticks out and then connects with each one of these. Yeah, you just go section by section, little by little. And that's the thing about pyrography or wood burning. Pyrography means buyer. Graphy means graphics or images. Let's see if I got all these. Let's get a rough idea of this. All right. May not be perfect, but yeah, just make sure it's good and clear of any images, or any debris that might be on there. Yeah, what do you think? Anyways, and then the next step, all right, so the next step is we're going to take a wood burner. I have right here is called a Versatool. It has a temperature control, so it can go from light to dark. And you want to have a wood burner with a temperature control, because if you get one without a temperature control, it's going to get really hot really fast. Well, not fast, but slow. It'll be slow to burn up. Hold on a second here. Sorry to interrupt the live stream. Had a lot of noise in the background and probably still do. All right. So anyways, as I was talking about, this is a Walnut Hollow Versatool. It has a temperature gauge on it. You want to have a temperature gauge. I'm using this tip right here, which has kind of a bevel, and it should go pretty good over the lines. I'm going to plug this in. Turn it on. Let's see how quickly this heats up. Might take a little while. It does come with a stand. You can test it out. I put the heat on the red area because it does take a while. But that little red area right there, you want to put it on and give this a shot. Let's see how quickly. I feel like it takes a while to heat up, but this is a good tool to start out with if you're going to start out. I can find these at Michael's or Hobby Lobby. If you go to Michael's, you can use like the 20-30% off coupon thing and get it for a lot less. But if you're just kind of playing around and trying to figure out if you want to learn wood burning, this is how you do it. Start out with a cheap little tool and go from there. And I usually do practice boards too when I'm like when I was figuring out my pyrography. Get some test boards. You can go to like Lowe's or Menards or any hardware place that has like things of wood, like things of wood. Just wood that's already cut out. That's kind of, you can use that as scrap wood. I use poplar. I don't use pine because pine means pain because of the sap and the lines. They're soft and hard. So it'll be hard to get a smooth line. Now birch is pretty good to burn on, and beech wood is really good to burn on. That's a lot of the cutting boards and the wooden spoons are made of beech, like the ones that you get from IKEA. Sometimes you might find some at Walmart as well. But yeah, let's see if this will start burning. And you just kind of go slow. Just drag it towards you. Go a little slow at a time here. Let's see, let's get this angled on here. See how I angle it and just kind of pull it along. It's a little tricky to stay on the line, especially if you're not used to the bulky wood burner. As a professional, I use the razor tip. I use a spoon shader a lot. That's my favorite tip. But I figured I'd give it a shot and try and use like the beginner Versa tool to kind of give you an idea. This isn't looking too well right now. It looks like my snowflake has like a couple of little spots there, but you see it's getting a little darker. You can kind of go over and correct it a little bit. And it's a little tricky at first trying to adjust and get a grip and feel. Some people want to push down really hard, and sometimes you don't need to push down really hard. You just kind of glide it across little by little. So maybe we'll just go through here and we'll do some of the lines. There we go. That goes a little bit smoother. Sometimes when it's rough, it might even be debris, like if you didn't get it all sanded down. Just go through and we'll do all these little straight lines first. I should have some music on in the background, but I guess I don't. I would put on some holiday tunes, but I don't know. YouTube would probably get me for that. So, pardon me for the silence. I gotta be careful not to get too close to this twine. Normally, I wouldn't have the twine in here, but I wanted to show that it was an ornament. Man, this part of the wood's a little rough, but you get the general idea. Just go over the spots that are straight. And since it's on high, it should burn really deep and dark. As I said, you don't have to push down hardly at all. Just kind of glide it across. We're just going to do each little section here at a time. Oh, whoops. Well, I guess we got a little extra spot here on the snowflake. As I said, no two snowflakes are alike. Maybe we'll just make a little extra pattern right there. There we go. That one will be a little bit that way. And sometimes you just kind of have to ad-lib when you got a little mix-up. With the wood burning, it's a little tricky to fix because once you wood burn it, it's kind of stuck in the wood. You can sand it off, but you're going to have to sand kind of deep to get rid of any wood burning mess-ups. So it's always good to practice on a practice board, as I said. If you go to like Lowe's or Menards or like a Home Depot and go to your lumber section and just get out like a little, like a 1/2 inch thick board made of like poplar. And Maybe it can be about, I don't know, 24 inches long, and you can just practice. You can practice all the different tips. If you're a wood burner, you can practice all the different temperatures. So I said, right now we're on high temperature, so this thing's going to be really, really dark. We're just doing line art, so we're not doing anything too fancy and complex. And you just got to learn how to control it. Don't push down, just let it glide. Just follow the lines. You try and stay in the lines while you can. Not always easy. Even myself, I'm not used to working with this Versa tool because I've been used to working with the razor tip. So I don't have the right muscle control for this Versa tool. But look at this, we're about halfway done with this ornament. Woohoo! But yeah, this is a really simple gift idea. You can start out with ornaments and work your way up to like wooden spoons. And practice on your practice board. The more you practice, the more you get better at it. And then your hand will develop a muscle memory on how to hold the tool. Sounds crazy, but that's kind of how it is. And I've been doing art since I was a little kid, but I've worked in several different mediums. Saying I've been a wood burning artist or a pyrography artist for about 7 years now. And I've worked with watercolor and gouache paint, some acrylics. I do window painting art as well too. I'd been a graphic designer for like 20 plus years. That's another medium that I had been into, but I enjoy learning all different kinds of new mediums in the art. It's like I got a pile of crafts that I can't get to for everything, but I love learning new mediums. All right, so we got all the straight lines. All right, let's see if we can do a circle. Honestly, right now we got a little bit of flash. I'm going to take another piece of wood and just scrape that off of there. Otherwise, it's going to get really ugly on the wood. But this is just debris that's built up off of this wood over time. See, there's a little bit of ashes on here. All right, so now we're going to attempt to do the circle. We'll just kind of go section by section here and just keep this at an angle. I wish they made like a spoon shader for the Versa tool, but I've yet to see where that tip is. There's probably like a round tip I should probably use, but I don't want to change the tip right now because it's hot. So we're going to kind of make up a circle here using this crazy, like, I don't know, it's not a chisel tip. It's like some kind of angled tip. Yeah, that's not working so well. We'll just kind of go over it a little bit. Might have a little bit of a burn bleed. It starts to smear a little bit. It has that. That's what's called a bleed. Because it's too hot and the heat just kind of spreads across the wood. All right. We have our half fake circle here. We can go over some of these other little areas. We want them to be a thicker line, maybe a little darker. We can go over those. Oh, yeah. This thing's smoking pretty good. All right, looky there. Put my burner inside the ceramic thing so it doesn't catch on fire. So I do have a stand, but it doesn't hold the stand very well. We're gonna unplug it too, just to be on the safe side. But yep, there we go. We got a little ornament. And if you happen to see any pencil marks on it, just take your eraser, erase that off. And it'll look good and clear. Look at that. See? That'll make a nice little gift. And you can add wood sealer on top of it if you want, or you can leave it plain. But if you do add wood sealer, you can use like a spray polyurethane or a Hellman spar urethane. It might make the wood a little bit of a yellow tint to it, like an old-fashioned tint, but it will help preserve the wood and it'll help preserve the wood burning over the years. But you can also just leave it plain like this and it'll be just fine as well. So hopefully that helped you in learning how to do wood burning and transfer an image over onto a flat piece of wood. And happy holidays. Have a good one.